Hi everyone, this is All Out the One here. Today I'm looking at this Hultafors carbon steel heavy duty bushcraft knife. Now everyone's familiar with the Mora Clipper 860 mg. Very solid, dependable, well known bushcraft knife, budget bushcraft knife. I think the best way to talk about this is to compare it to the Mora in some ways. Let's start off with the blade length. Blade length, as you can see, is slightly longer on the Mora by 4 or 5 millimeters. So there's a longer cutting edge. As you know, the Mora is a Scandi grind, whereas the Hultafors has a secondary bevel just at the edge there. Let's see if I can get a zoom in on that. Yeah, you can see it right there. So it is a stronger knife generally, especially as the steel is considerably thicker. Sorry, I'll just get these two together. As you can see there, the Hultafors is 3mm, I believe. So it's an extra millimeter. The handle is a tough ABS plastic. This isn't a full tang blade, but it is very securely fitted in there. I really doubt that this will break. Advantage of this, it has a more pronounced finger guard over the clipper, so just for safety I think that's a nice feature. It's definitely a heavier blade than the clipper. Say it weighs about 150 grams, something like this. And I think it's definitely a more powerful knife generally for splitting, chopping, heavier work basically. This will be a lot better than the Mora. Whereas the Mora is capable of it being a thinner blade and stainless steel, it's just softer basically. Although for fine work I still think the Mora is pretty much unbeatable. Yeah, so this Hultafors blade, the handle is bigger and wider than the Mora. So for me, I have big hands, so it fits very comfortably. Unlike the Mora, it isn't rubberized, so there's no impact dampening basically, which I really do like about the Mora. Or also similarly with the Volkniven F1, again rubberized, slightly rubberized, so as you're hitting against wood, etc., it really takes some of the impact out of it and just makes you be able to work for longer basically, because it's easier on the hands. What more can I say about this knife? It is carbon steel, so obviously needs a bit more blade care. Just make sure it's oiled and cleaned, etc. But I think this is a really good knife actually. I really can't fault it, especially for the price bracket. It costs about the same as the Mora. And it's definitely a high value knife. Strikes a good fire steel. Being carbon steel, obviously you get a nice strike off it without any problems. You can with a stainless as well, but you just get a slightly nicer shower of sparks using a carbon steel knife. Yeah, I don't think there's a lot more I can say about this knife. It's kind of it is a very simple knife, but well up to any bushcraft task. The fact that it's not full tang doesn't actually bother me that much in this particular model, because it's not meant as a survival knife per se, although being used in that application I believe it would work quite nicely actually. As I said, it would have been nice if it was full tang, just gives you a bit more reassurance, but this is pretty much guaranteed not to come out or loosen in any way whatsoever, and I believe that will be true. It's a well-known brand. They've been making tools for a long time, so have no doubts as to the quality control, etc, etc. Oh, let me mention the sheath actually. Sheath it comes with is again tough plastic. There's a unique kind of belt attachment whereby rather than sliding that through your belt, you can literally unclip it here. So yeah, basically that just unclips like so, and then you thread your belt or whatever you want through there, and it just clips back into place. Very secure. Tough plastic on the sheath, very similar to the Mora clipper sheath in fact. Also has a lanyard attachment point here on the edge if you prefer to wear it in another way around your neck possibly. Shaped as so. It's not as low profile as the Mora clipper sheaths, especially the new generation ones. These ones, obviously, it's a bit fatter at the top. Considerably so, in fact. Well, that's to accommodate the wider, bigger handle. Yeah, so all up, I'd say that, you know, it's definitely a viable alternative to the Mora clipper if you're looking for a quality budget bushcraft knife. So that's the Hultafors. Oh, sorry, I've been pronouncing it wrong. Hultafors heavy duty carbon steel bushcraft knife. Just so you can get the spelling there. Hultafors. Yeah, but all in all, I'd say definitely a good knife, and well worth the money. So that's all Outdoor One here, signing out. Hope you find that helpful. Take care.